against, so we'll figure it out. Once you bang it into something, it's going to be too valuable. So.
The most she'll catch is this. This.
Yeah. If it slips, it's going to break stuff.
That solves that issue right there.
You're just going to hit that and just flip everything all over the place. It's going to come down as hard and go boom. That's what's going to happen when it slips. If it slips. It probably will. I like preferring having something hard to hit against, but you can get much around here. I had some 4x12s I had. Or not 12, 4x4s. Then they're there. The wood's behind the metal. Yep. Shove it out. There you go. Shove the whole thing out. There you go.
You want both of them or just the one?
Yeah, just put the one over there.
Now, what is this in theory?
Stick it underneath the here. Or stop. Lay it up in there. Might have to move that indicator out of the way, but you know, this might here get in the way. Let me make those there for you. Alright. I don't have my tools for supporting it anywhere. Okay, stand back. I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side too. I was hoping a little bit better fit than that, but grab me a couple of 2x4s we had, wherever they were. Put one of them in there. Put one in there. And one little short piece of wood over there. Jam it in there. Alright, tighten the handle down right there. That's good enough. It probably won't stay anyway. Alright, at least that'll give you something to hit against. Won't break everything. What am I hitting on down here? Heads. We'll put that away. Too much crap around here. Crank this out a little bit. You can push on it.
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay. Put some pressure on it, see what we get. Whoa, whoa. Okay, she's moving.
I felt it.
Good, keep going. Okay. I'm getting to check this side, but I'm trying to. Right now they're hitting on both of those equally on that side. So that side was even, and this side over here, it's still out of whack quite a bit. Nice, we'll get it better. It's the same problem we had before. You got nothing to measure to. Oh, boom, boom, boom. See, nothing is flat around here. This isn't flat, so I can't use it for perpendicular off to anything. These are not square cut. Can't feel it. From what I can see, I've only got that much clearance. Now, if I keep it the same direction, like that, and check it again, it should barely have any clearance at all to the other one. And you can see how we got quite a bit. Okay, give it a good whack. Put a little pressure on it. Okay, again. We're flexing but not going. Not moving. Oh. When you jerked on it, it moved it, but now it's too much. And this other side, you have no room to work. We have no room to work. You can't flip anything. Oh, we can turn the wheel 180, you mean? Yeah, maybe. I know it went too far. Yeah. Can't tell. Okay, let's get this thing off of here. I don't have a tripod, so screw it. Okay, pick it up a little bit. You up a little bit? To the ground. Perfect. There you go. Charge of that. Alright, now, I know this is square cut. It's close, but still can't get a feel for it. Let's see, it's this one, this one. It's closer than it was. We got about 8 thou clearance now. Which is plus on that part. So much for not having my holding fixture strong enough to hold it.
It holds well.
And the metal table didn't break either.
No.
And the metal didn't break. And the dog didn't pop out. We ain't got much mechanical leverage, but we got a good bite on the flywheel.
Right.
Which is more important. Because if it pops out of the flywheel, you don't have nothing. How far out was it before? A hell of a lot.
A lot.
Off dimension, you can measure it. And it looks like we got a high spot on our aluminum again. That transferred aluminum.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell did I do that for? About 8 thou out on that side. Down there. Same spot. Low and high. Hey, they match. Okay, so this one's high, so it needs to go that direction, which is the opposite way we need to go. So we have to lift up the bar to make that happen. Or we got to put it on the other side and come on the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
So now I gotta go backwards. We haven't tried putting it backwards on the stand yet. I don't know if that's...
I don't think it's gonna work.
It'll work, but you have to spin all the way around and the clamps are all backwards. You have to flip the clamps around, but it would work. And it's probably a better way of going because you got more leverage. The problem is right now is we had to beat that thing on here and now it's transferred metal in a bearing race, which it should not have done. I don't know why I did that. So, instead of being here, I've got to put the crank pin on this side. Down here. Like that. And then you'd have to lift up, I think, to make it go the direction you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Should be really hard to do.
Hmm?
Which would be hard to do, but it's easier to do on that side than this side. So I don't know what the bar is going to be to make that work. The next problem is why did we transfer metal?
Because it's warped. Look at the top and the bottom. Inside the aluminum.
In here?
Yep. Here and here. Right at that lip is shinier.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to believe it's enough pressure to do that. I wonder if the pressure you're pushing against with this and sliding down is what did it. No, because it's locked in, it doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
It's not relative movement. I don't know why that would have gone. If it was that tight, it wouldn't go on, it wouldn't have went on.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way it would have went on if it was that touch. I'm not sure. But you can see where it's hitting on it now, but I don't know. Don't know why I would have done that. Most of it's just rubbed off now.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off my fingers. Weird. I don't know. I think it's just a pressure thing. We're pushing so hard with it. It's transferring metal. You figure. It didn't do it on the other crank. Of course, we're putting a lot of pressure right now. How much weight were you putting on the end of that thing?
Not a lot, actually. I just didn't want it to slip.
It wasn't slipping. The thing is, you felt how much it took to move it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go where enough to move it, but now it moves a ton.
But you can feel it when it moves. You can feel the very first click when you just break it.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel that.
Because I couldn't feel that before because there was so much flux in the lever. I couldn't feel that at all. So now I do. Alright, was that simile loop? Is that what you dropped?
Yeah. Put it back here.
I'm going to put a little oil on this. This is high pressure. So I don't know if this, what the deal, why it's doing this. It's not. The only movement you're going to have on this race is flex.
Mm-hmm.
That is some movement, and we have a lot of pressure on it, so I think it's just transferring metal. It's smooth inside there. It's not like it's galling. It's smooth. But obviously it's transferred some material because it went onto that surface.
Right.
So, oh well. Now if we go over here, we got to pick up with it. I mean, we can drop on this side. If we want to put it this direction,
Nah.
it'll just clear with 8 foot, barely. It's like 3 inches too long really to be useful. I just made it a little bit longer than what it was, about that long.
Right. But from right there, we can see if we can push it.
I wasn't thinking it was going to be that much. Alright, so we'll flip these around here. It's one advantage of these clamps, they come right off. Now this clamp is the same clamp. Do I need to pull these differently? Okay, we were here, we need to be here. So this clamp's going to have to change for sure because it needs to be no clamp at all, it needs to be this one. It needs to be that one.
Mm-hmm.
All the others are the same clamp, so it's just a matter of a height issue. So we should be able to rotate to wherever we need to go. One advantage is the same clamps all around.
Right.
And having the springs will help hold these up here better than we're doing, but the springs were being a pain because they were sticking in the threads. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to have actual roll springs made correctly, not just cut down ones.
Rinky-dink springs.
Okay, so if I go right to here, and it can lift up to here, I'm not sure where you're going to be on this. So. Pretty much know this has to be right here. Right there. Sweet spot's right there, so that's where it goes. So it's going to be the same spot. Why am I having to pull that in?
Well, what's your issue?
I was having to pull it in for some reason.
The crank, or
Yeah.
it's because there's no slot for the crank pin on that side?
Yeah. But we haven't, there wasn't none over here either, so
Right.
that's become kind of a non-issue. We'd have to have a lot of slots the way we keep moving this from where we were originally going to have it at. Originally I was going to have a top 10 and that doesn't work because the way the tool's made. It actually needs to be on the 45s. Plan got changed a little bit on that one. That was an A revision or a B revision, I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was D. What's our left oil pump? Oil pump, J?
5 or 6, 1 or 2.
That's tight. Okay. So this is going to have to be a lifting exercise. So get that bar out of there now. Pull that out. Just jam it up. You just pull a small board out. Okay. Okay, got to go down. We clear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rotate this around. Crank pins here. We want to be up here, bring up quite a bit. Keep coming. Right there. We don't have much leverage. Okay, so we need to be rotated over to here. Okay, go ahead and bring it down. All the way down. just kind of hold it there. I'm going to try to rotate the crank. So what are you filming? Can you know what you're filming right now?
What is it filming?
Yeah, my shoulder?
No, you can see everything.
Oh, okay.
Battery's dying though.
Yeah, it does that.
But it's still recording.
Okay. If you lift up a little, I break it free. Okay, that one's in. See, it pulls in a long ways for some reason. I think when this one clamps, it kicks it over here, and I'm pulling this, it's pushing it in. It's making that one tighter. I'm assuming that's what's happening. Last one. Okay. Put down low. Wherever's comfortable for you to pull in. A little bit lower. Okay, come up a little. Boom. Hold on. Okay, so now you're in a good part where you can pull on it. Okay, now let me figure out how I'm going to figure out where we're at here.
Where's your straight edge?
Yeah. I need something flat. We had one of my triangles out before, but I don't know what we did with it. I think I laid it over there someplace. There's one. I know that's square because I made it. Okay, so see, we got about 20-30 thou gaps there. And go on the other side over here. It's hitting. Okay. So we want this gap to close up. Probably half of what we got here. Okay, go and give a yank, see what we get. There we go. Oh, that moved a bunch. Did you feel it move?
Not until you said it moved.
You moved. You took all the. You went all the way. You went to the other extreme. Went from one to the other. How much pressure are we putting on it?
Not a lot.
50 pounds, 100 pounds, 20 pounds?
Like a lot.
How much is a lot? Don't do it anymore. We already got too much. Any idea how much you moved it?
20, 30 thou?
No, the lever. How many pounds?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, how much are you lifting?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put your ass into it or just your back?
I don't know. I just kind of pushed.
Kind of push your knee, a little leg
That's
stretch?
what you did.
That's all you did? Okay. All right, let it down. Okay, let's get this out of the way. And we'll see if this camera battery's going to live much longer. See if it comes off this far. Comes off a lot easier this time. Yeah, lubricant might have helped. Onto the floor. You're good. I'm guessing the lube might have helped a little bit, but maybe more slippery. So you know how much pressure you're putting in. Kind of a guess. Gotta kind of know. Gotta have some kind of idea how hard you're pulling on it.
I don't know. I would assume it's kind of like.
Well, you picking up one bag of Redicrete or a bag of concrete?
Maybe a bag of concrete?
'Cause that's about 90 pounds. Bag of concrete is 90 pounds. Redicrete's about 50.
Maybe somewhere in between there.
But you couldn't feel it until it moved, until I said it moved. That's the broad part. Gotta have feel. You have feel that kind of sucks. Because it moved a bunch. I don't think we had a bunch to move, so. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. So this the rod got now?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Not bad. I think we're still hitting on some residue. Yeah, we're hitting on that residue right there. I'm off of it. Okay, see how they're kind of working together now? Not quite so far out of whack with each other.
Mm-hmm.
That means we're pretty close to being straight. It looked almost the same on my square, so I know it was close. Okay, so almost straight on the bottom, and that was right there. So we're off this far.
Mm.
So this needs to go down a little bit. Or this one here needs to go down a little bit. And you're holding it over here with a hammer. And when you're this close, we're hammering. And I don't want to beat on this side because of this that thin spot right there.
Go crack it.
It'll bend easy. Okay, now let's measure our dimension here. See what we got this one. Get a rough idea where we're at in our dimensioning. 905, which kind of numbers we're using before, 900, 905, and all this stuff. This anymore. 180 across is right here. We're at 11. So pretty thick, pretty wide right here. 90 degrees to that. 6, that's 1 thou up. This one's probably 1 thou down, I'm guessing. 1 thou down. So this is a little bit, this needs to keep, theoretically we need to keep, increase this a little bit, squeeze the other one a little bit, and close this up right here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put something in here to keep it from moving, and squeeze it over here, that would make the wheel square. But the wheels being square are not necessarily what makes the main square. So you have to determine that. So that's a matter of figuring out what you need to do. to make a little tool to go in there, you have a stud. Problem is that's a pretty short distance. I think I have it that short. Take a bolt. Like this. See how it fits in between there?
Mm-hmm.
You put a nut on it. You gotta screw the nut until it's tight. That'll keep it there. And when you beat on the other side, this will stay put and it'll move that side. If we need to make it do that. But this isn't the right length. So this, we know this is too long. That's a little trick you can do. And we can, I don't know if I need to do that or not, so I gotta determine what exactly I need to do now. So first thing I do, I'm gonna go and see where our high spot is exactly. So our high spot is right here, and this was our wide spot here, as I recall. No, that's our narrow spot. Because the other one was higher on the bottom.
Yeah, high spot is 180 out from the pin.
So this is the high spot here. So our two high spots are here and here, so this is probably the widest point right here, I'm guessing. And we're at 10, pretty wide. 7 there, 8 right there. So yeah, it's checking out to being the same. But I got a slight amount of this in the flywheel too. So, I'm going to try to get the twist out. Okay, good battery swap before you run out.